The program allows the county surveyor to meet their mandated requirements, and it can also be funded, through their Section Corn Perpetuation Fund. I mean, I originally got involved with Section Corn Perpetuation in my home county. It's been almost 20 years ago now, and GIS systems were not where they are now at the county level, so computerized database was the best option we had for organizing these records. Fortunately, the database programs evolved to house all the records that might be in a county surveyor's office, and it's got the ability to export these records to any GIS system as they came online. So the advantage of having the records in the database in the county surveyor's office is if the county changes GIS software or vendors, which is currently happening in some of our counties as some of the GIS companies are acquiring competitors or changing their software. With my home county, Orange County, their data is all in the database. So our county surveyor can just upload his data to the next GIS system, or even look at some other mapping options. And I may, if I got time, go through some mapping options on my website at the end of this video. So let me get into the program and just show you what it can do. Okay, when you first fire up the program, it's going to come up with this screen here, and this is Orange County. If it was Lawrence County, Martin County, whatever county it was, this would be displayed here. The Section Corner Record search is pretty straightforward. You'll pick out your township, your range, run search, and it brings up the whole township. Everywhere got a dot here, you've got a corner record. If the number's red, that means the center's in. I'll just click into this and drill down. It also will show the quarters when you get to this, when you get this far, and it'll bring up that record if you just click on it. The other thing is you can print all records, and it'll concatenate these all together. So you'll have, like in this case, we've got 9 section corner records. That's all in that one. And you can print this diagram out if you want to take it to the field. The other feature of the program is that, like for instance here in 21, let me go back to 20. You notice there's nothing, it just shows the corners. There's no notation down here. If I go back to 21, you'll see this additional corners, and I happen to know there's a boundary treaty line that crosses right through here. There's a stone right here. So this allows for that additional corner to be put in there. And as a matter of fact, this is where I live, so I remember going down there and putting state plane coordinates on it. And this is the original record of it, which is another feature of the program I'll show later. It allows you to concatenate these records together and just keep. It's like a chain of title for the corner record, so you never really throw anything away. You just keep adding to the record, and you've got a history of the record. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot. I mean, it works that same no matter what you pick out there. The other thing, got recorded surveys here. Orange County keeps a record of those, so you can search and display them right here. We got quite a few there in 21. Any of these you click on, you can view the survey from here. It'll bring it up. You can export all these survey records, which is a feature Matt asked for, and export them all at one time. You can print a detailed report. You can view the original notes from here. It'll bring those up. And if you go back, you can actually view the records from here also if you just want to see the original notes from the first screen. The other thing I might mention, let's pick 20. I'll pick another search here. It's pretty flexible in the naming convention here. This allows you to put records in from, here's a legal survey. And notice the book number is L2-120. Here's a survey by a former county surveyor, Bruce Atkinson. Notice it's BA20 or Z2. You can view this survey. This program allows you to put recorded surveys or surveys that's unrecorded from old surveyors that may have passed on. It allows you to include those with recorded surveys and all in a searchable database. So you get the recorded surveys, or perhaps surveys that wasn't recorded, that was done, that predate the recording law. It just provides a lot of flexibility in how you name these, and it keeps it consistent. So where when you do a search, you're you're sure of getting all the records. Let me get out of this. Orange County also has a plats in there. Let me take just a quick look. All these search features are about the same. You can see we've got, and then again, the naming convention is very flexible. Depending on how they had theirs in a plat file. So P43, P237. You can view the survey from here. Let me go back to new search. The other thing is that if you want to search by name, it'll ignore the section numbers here. I'll put a name in. I know there's a Twin Lake subdivision. So there's just a lot of flexibility in the way everything works here. This is file name G31. So it allows you to, however your records are organized, enables you to get them into a database. Let me get out of this. The utilities is basically for managing the database, enter a new record, edit records, subdivision plats, back up the database. This Elevate Excel report is something that Matt asked for to take the records to a GIS system. One thing let me go to a KML file, just export the database to a KML file. Now this is going to take all the corner records, and I'll go ahead and fire it up so we can see it now. It'll bring them up in Google Earth. And it should zoom into the location here in Orange County. And one thing this allows you to do, you notice different colors here. The pink or red triangles have a state plane coordinate associated with them. That's why they're a little different. The circles, we got a corner record, but maybe not a state plane coordinate on it. But this allows you to go up and do a search in an area. I'll put in my address here. And it'll zoom in. And then so you got an address, you can see what corner records are in that area. Here, like I say, here's one. And this corner link hooks directly back to the database, so it's a live link, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate here in a minute. Here's that boundary line stone. And this is what I'm going to use to illustrate a feature of the database. I'm not going to shut this down. I'm just going to minimize it, so nothing's changed there. And somebody brings a record in, say they've added to that record, they've got new information, a state plane coordinate, or they've replaced a stone. You can go up here, and I'll go to that record, 1 North. And when you run a corner check, it's going to tell you that we've already got that record in the database. So we can edit information for that existing record. And it also tells you that you're editing an existing record, and the information won't be reflected until you scan that data in. But what this allows you to do is add a file to the record. You've scanned this information in, so I'll go up here and it brings up the corner record, and all I got to do is look for the file to add. So I'll select the next file, and I'll go to my directory here and find, what I'll do right now is just find a dummy file. There, I'll just add that to it. And see, it tells me the file I'm going to add, so you can double check that, hit OK, and then I'll just merge these files. And it's going to bring this record back up. And you've seen this before. And what I've done now, I've added a blank corner record form to the end of it, which in this case doesn't mean a lot, just kind of demonstrates the function. But let me save this, exit out, exit this. Let me go back to my Google Earth. Remember, I left this open. I didn't do anything. So let's go right back to this form. And it'll show that this is a live link because I'll have that record tagged to the end of it. So that just demonstrates some of the things that, what the database will do. The other features here, like admin utilities, that's just basically for people maintaining the database, and there's some other stuff in there, but that kind of gives you an overview of everything that it does. There's some videos on my website that demonstrates how to maintain the database and what it will do, but it kind of gives you an overview. So